gloves are coming off.
Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable!
We're about to go full court press.
Oh! A spectacular move by Michael Jordan!
It's time to play ball.
Malone looking for his first hit of the year. He drives one! Deep left field! That goes Upton! Back near the wall! It's out of here! Bartolo has done it! The impossible has happened!
Listen in as we tackle everything in the world of sports right now.
Stay off the weed!
Throw your hat in the ring at 516-572-7440. This is WHPC Sports Talk on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
That's not what Draymond's doing. Draymond is bracing.
Yeah,
And Joker, instead of going around him, he's just banging and banging and banging. When a guy's banging you, you spin off of him. Those are the worst defenders to play against, actually, because if you can feel their body, come on.
18 points for Joker, only Nugget in double figures. 69-59. Golden State shooting 67.
You're way out of order right now.
With that, we welcome you to the Friday edition of WHPC Sports Talk. Blow the music, Josh. My bad. We're on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. Big thanks to Charles Barkley welcoming us in with that.
That's terrible, Josh. That's terrible.
Terrible. That astute basketball breakdown of yesterday's Warriors-Nuggets game. Oh,
that may be one of the funniest things that man's ever said, and that's saying a lot.
That's saying a lot.
The funniest thing he said is where he said the P word on national television.
He did not.
No, he did. He did. You can look that up.
I'm sure
you can look it up.
I wouldn't put it past him.
He did.
You know.
He did. When what's it called? I think they were talking about.
He said the P word, Porzingis.
Yes, something like that. Something like that.
The forbidden word.
He said Porzingis.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm your host for today's show, Joshua Umahi. With me, almost a full house today.
Almost,
no Gina, but we do have Anthony Deus.
Womp, womp, womp.
I don't even know what to say. I mean, I'm kind of like, well, first of all, I got to move this over.
Is there a reason you're in that chair?
Yeah, but
You reveal it later?
I don't know if I don't know. I don't want to get. It might get off track, but it's sports related. But I don't know if I should do it now. You're the host.
Do that.
You're very down in the dumps.
I am a little bit. I should be.
What are you so sad about?
I don't know.
You might as well get it off your chest.
Amazon Prime.
Existential crisis.
Yeah.
You're worried about corporate overstepping, corporate superstructure.
Ben's got a point.
No. I mean, I guess if
Destroying small businesses.
That's what Amazon Prime is, though.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Amazon Prime.
You know what?
Soon we'll have Metaverse Prime. There'll be a Metaverse
You only
mandate.
watch in VR.
Yeah. We'll be doing radio in VR.
Whoa.
And then I don't want to talk about it. It makes me too angry.
Ben Oppenheimer, how are you doing today?
Good. I'm good. I spent last Friday. I was thinking about going, but I wanted to be holy because it was Good Friday. And when I get into my rants,
That's a shot.
what? How's a shot at
Because
who?
you know where me and Anthony were. That's a shot.
What? No, I'm not saying anything about you and Deus. I was just saying that
I have a first name, Ben. I have a first name. You know? Try it.
What?
You know my first name? What's my first name, Ben?
Tony Deus.
It's not Tony. Nobody
Deus.
has ever called me Tony.
Matt Leonard, how are you doing today?
I love how Ben introduces himself before you even introduce him. It's spectacular.
It's every show.
It's spectacular.
I'm used to it, but it is good radio. So.
I heard over the summer Ben's moving days. Is that true?
That's right. That's
Heard
right.
you're doing Mondays,
I'm
right?
doing Mondays.
So the rumors are true.
Oh, all right.
Are you guys doing Mondays?
I'm probably doing everything again. We'll see.
Doing everything.
Yeah.
What about you, Josh?
I'm sure I'll be on Mondays.
You
Yeah.
doing Mondays? Are we gonna have Grouchy Deus Mondays?
Well, you have Mike on Mondays.
Oh, Lion
Mini
Merlot.
Mini Mike.
Lion Merlot.
Well, you gotta stick with one.
Mini Mike is funny because he's not Mini Mike.
Yeah, but he
that's
but he
a
also
shot. No, it's
lies.
not.
That's a shot.
No, it's not.
Yeah, but he lies. He lies all the time, so that's why I call him Lion Merlot.
You know what? Could you do me a favor, Josh?
Sure.
Throw on quick starts really quickly.
You're allowed to do that?
It's another one of Davis's evil plans.
Is it this
Put the level up.
Okay.
Maybe not that. All right. Hit the on button.
On button.
move the mouse all the way to the end of that bottom right.
Okay.
Play that for a second.
Got it.
Yeah! I gotta tell you, last night, for the team that used to play across the street from WHPC, totally embarrassing. I don't know what there is to say, except the Rangers are going to the Stanley Cup, and that's a fact.
That's outrageous. That's crazy. I can't believe you... Would you say that to the whole team?
I would say that to the whole team because this team is good. And you know what? That's the end of the hockey talk. I just needed to get hype a little
It's funny
bit.
how you live on Long Island and yet you're a Rangers fan.
What's the problem with that?
I just find it...
Him and like...
Shut up. Real sports, right?
Freeze at him.
For anybody that isn't already on the Facebook Live,
Anthony's just spraying things at Ben
Yes.
with Febreze and whatever. And
please get on, please.
This is the show you gotta watch Facebook Live for. This is the one.
This is the one.
It's a nice,
We're gonna
it's
be
a
throwing
nice
things
smell.
at each other.
I'll spray some Fideus. Febreze.
Josh, we had some sports to talk
Yes,
about, right?
we do.
Okay.
Sure do. We have too much to get today to start talking about Febreze and all
Grizzlies
that.
are going all the way.
Ben,
I apologize.
it's okay. Including the Mets and Yankees both getting their weekend series underway tonight. An NFL superstar about to be traded? Or is it 2 or 3? We'll see. And an NBA team and an NBA player that played last night that I absolutely... I might have real hatred for. Like I can't stand... I really can't stand that team and that player that we're going to talk about.
Well, which
later.
series are we talking about?
We're talking about 2 separate series. We're talking about Grizz Wolves.
Okay, which is the one that you hate the certain player from?
That one?
The Wolves. The Wolves.
Is it Anthony Edwards?
No, never.
He hates Anthony Edwards.
I
you
do,
hate Anthony
because
Edwards?
he was talking smack about RJ.
Oh, you're right,
And
you're right.
I can't forgive that.
Well, you know, RJ bounced back.
I love
Did you
Anthony
want to
Edwards.
trade RJ? You did want to, and with
I don't
Julius.
think you wanted to trade RJ.
You did.
I wanted to trade RJ.
And you're,
I support Anthony
it's a
Edwards.
position
That's
that
fine.
borders on evil.
You're
all right.
evil.
No,
All right.
You're evil to this show because you throw it off track.
Yeah.
you are just like a flat tire today. With
I am. I'm very very mopey today.
Yeah.
We will talk
It's like-
about the Knicks and their trade prospects as well.
Wow, we have time for all this?
I hope so.
Looks like
Stay on
that.
track enough.
What type of drink from
4:10, Josh, get going.
Dunkin' did you get?
And strike 2.
Hold on a
$4:10,
second.
Josh, get going.
Listen, pal. Mind your own business.
What? I was wondering because it
guess
says
what?
$75.
It's an iced coffee, and it doesn't matter.
It looked
it's
well,
not
it said
sports.
$75,
No.
so
I guess
was
we're starting
wondering.
with the Timberwolves, right?
No, we're not.
We're not.
Grizzlies.
I want to let everybody know that the phone number to call is 516-572-7440 to join us. Call us up, talk about anything, as long as it's sports related, please. Please.
Yes.
Yes, keep it to that criteria. We'll talk about whatever you want within
Whatever
sports.
you want. If we're talking about
Within
something
sports.
else, you control the show. Trust
We're
me.
not the political show. That was before us.
Yes, you're right. Let's get right into it, though. Let's focus on the local team that has a lot going on right now, the Brooklyn Nets. So the Brooklyn Nets are in dire straits. They're down 2-0, but as the old saying goes in the NBA playoffs, the series don't really start until you win a road game. And the Celtics, again, they have to do that. Like the Brooklyn Nets have no choice but to defend their home court now. They don't really have any margin for error. Because if you go down 3-0, you know it's over.
The series hasn't started yet, Josh, because it's over. It's done. I mean, Robert Williams is coming back for Game 3.
Yep.
Ben Simmons is on track for Game 4. They're going to be down 3-0.
And by
What's
the
it
way,
gonna matter?
on the Ben Simmons front, why is it that he can play Monday?
Yeah.
He's cleared to play Monday. But tomorrow's game, he can't play at all. He's completely ruled out for Saturday's game?
I don't know.
It's
He
a 2-day
is.
difference. Like, what? Like, the Ben Simmons thing is just
I don't know why you wouldn't just bring him in the first home game. That makes more sense, doesn't it?
If he's healthy enough to play Monday...
Then what's yeah.
Why is he not healthy enough to play 2 days prior? That's...
Maybe he needs rest, load management, you know.
And here we talked about this before. How logically you would hope that he was ready in the regular season so he could be warmed up going into the playoffs.
Right.
You don't have that luxury anymore. You should play him Game 3 and then see how things go on from there, because you throw him into Game 4 when you're down 3-0 in the series. It's not going to look good, especially with him.
You know, to that point, I see something kind of interesting in what the Nets are doing. So they set up, he's not yet ruled out of Game 3, but he could play Game 4. To me, it sounds like a whole bunch of, if we lose Game 3, we're not going to play him Game 4 because the series is over. Our season is over. We got to gear up for next season. But if the Nets win and KD and Kyrie get out a win, then bring Ben Simmons back. You're still in the series, and then you can kind of put that momentum forward and be like, hey, our third guy's coming back. What we're missing of defense and rebounding and toughness and physicality. For what you want to say about Ben Simmons and his mental toughness, he is a 6'10", 250 body. I mean, he's going to be useful for the Nets here. It's going to be interesting to see. And we brought up Robert Williams early, so I want to ask you guys, I'll start with you, Matt. Which team has more net gain, pun intended? With each of these teams getting huge pieces back, how do we see each player impacting the series?
I think, like I said, Ben Simmons is going to come back. They're going to be down 3-0 because Robert Williams is going to be on a minutes limit, obviously. Yeah. They announced that because he just tore his meniscus a month ago, not even, like maybe 3-4 weeks ago. And I don't think the minutes limit will matter for him much because it'll be a presence in the paint. They didn't have that all series, and look at the defense they play anyway.
It's really crazy. I mean, you don't
need a presence in the paint against the Nets. You need perimeter defense,
exactly.
And they have that already. Now you can't score inside or outside. Good luck.
That's a big problem for the Nets too, because it's all. I made the joke yesterday. It's KD and Kyrie. Take the ball and do whatever you want. Take 2 million jumpers a game.
You were like, take ball, go score now.
Your ball, go score. Like that's what it is. That's what Steve Nash's coaching is.
It's like, you know what? It's like Steve Nash is Barney Rubble. He's not there. Maybe they shouldn't have gotten rid of Kenny.
Kenny Atkinson, who's a great coach, he's doing a great job in Golden State right now with their development.
He is not a great coach.
Yes, he is
a great coach.
Stop.
How
he's
can
better.
you...
Okay.
He's better than Tibbs.
I like Mike Woodson better than Kenny Atkinson.
I do too.
Okay, that's not. Yeah, but that's like you're taking that out of left field.
Yeah.
You define what's out of left field?
I do. Basically, actually, you do with everything you say, but that's another point. That was a good one. That's a good one. But in terms of criteria, out of the two coaches, Kenny Atkinson, every single day over Steve Nash.
Yes.
That's insane.
Why?
You realize that's insane, right?
Ben, stop. I see you're smiling. So you don't
I'm smiling because it's so insane.
We have the boxing ring ding ding.
We have it. Look at the boxing bell.
Yes.
Got
no, but I also want to know who was switching the remote because I watched that. The remote's right here, and I saw the
No, we have two
channels
remotes. We have two
changing.
remotes.
It's the ghost of Eric Fischetti.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Who hasn't shown his face. He hasn't shown his face
because he doesn't work here anymore.
You know, Josh, I wonder if they get swept, which is it's getting increasingly likely. Steve Nash, I have this sneaky suspicion that they're not going to.
They're going to fire him?
I don't think they're going to fire him next year.
You don't think they're going to fire him?
I don't think so. I think
they should.
They should.
Oh, come on.
They should because they're going nowhere. I mean, this is 3 years.
That's not his fault. I talked about this on previous shows, and you guys, destroyed me for it. You came at me with forks and pitchforks and knives.
Hold on. Before you say anything more.
That's a long boxing bell.
It is 6 seconds for some reason. Go ahead.
When you guys came out with the pitchforks for what I said about the Nets, especially with Gina. Saying the Nets are a contending team. I said the Nets are done. They're done. They have no future. The Knicks, at least, they have somewhat of a future, even if they had a one. What are you laughing about?
Ben, that is so insane.
It's not insane.
I don't think
the
Ben's
Nets
that crazy. I get what he's trying to say.
The Nets completely sold
because you sound insane. Hold on? Let me try and deconstruct this. So you're saying
okay, Iceman, with your ice.
Go ahead.
So. That's confusing, but so my question to you, Ben, is this: are you trying to say that the Nets aren't going to win anything?
No,
and they're going to. Oh, you got to let me finish before.
Sorry.
I mean, that's the whole crux of this industry.
Sorry,
you got to let people talk.
I do. Sometimes, but we have Mr. Censorship.
The Nets
in here.
So you're saying the Nets aren't going to win a championship, correct?
Never. They won't even come with a what's the quote from the Grinch? A 2.5-foot pole?
39.
39. That's a
okay.
That's
so
a big difference.
Whatever that meant.
I don't know why I know that off the top of my head, but I do. Whatever.
So you're saying
which one do you like better, the anime?
No.
Strike 3, Ben. Strike 3. Go ahead.
Actually, no. That wasn't that out there. Right. So you're basically, that's the third time I'm trying to say this. So you're saying the Nets aren't going to win anything, and the Knicks have a brighter future because they'll be competitive down the line. If the Nets don't win anything, they're going to be screwed in their future.
Yes, it's actually exactly what I'm saying.
Then you should have phrased it like that.
He's got a point.
Yeah, I do have a point. Thank you. You're
kind of
speechless.
agree with that.
You're speechless.
But you
He's
just
got a
need to
point,
phrase
right?
things
Yeah,
better because
The Knicks have a brighter future. The Nets are better right now. That's it.
They
That's
already
it.
put all their chips in the what's the expression? Chips in the
Middle of the poker.
The middle.
in the
middle.
poker table. I don't play poker, so
They went all in.
They went all in, and now they're reaping the consequences. Mm-hmm. And the Knicks never went. I mean, I can't remember the last time that the Knicks technically went all in.
Not even when they got Melo. Not even then.
Right. And the Knicks, they had an off year. They had a really disappointing year. But I think if they just do some retooling, we still have a bright future. While the Nets, it's like, especially with Kyrie and KD, who I've always, I was always iffy about them coming to New York for the Knicks, like because I think they're a little toxic.
They wouldn't be able to handle the Knicks.
Right.
That's why they went to Brooklyn.
Right. So it's like I don't want KD and Kyrie dealing with that. I don't want, the dynamics of how Harden was traded and how they traded for Harden. Like they literally had 4 superstars. Or 3 superstars, 3 or 4. Would you say 3? It's 3 or 4.
Who was the fourth if they had a fourth?
Bruce Brown.
No, it was 3. It was 3, but three superstars.
Aldridge, but no.
3
Blake
superstars. yeah. Griffin he's all right. He's still he can be productive, but they traded for 1 superstar, so they had 3 superstars, and they managed to mess it up and blow it up, and they don't have much of a future, in my opinion, and I think it's just obvious when you see that. And now they're almost, I wouldn't say as bad, but it's kind of like when they traded for Paul Pierce and Garnett and all those guys, and then they completely messed up their future for like 5 years. Basically.
Well, the difference is they traded a lot of draft picks for those guys. They just signed KD and Kyrie.
Right. But this time I said it's not as bad, but it's still not looking good for the Nets' future. They're not going to come close to a finals, and they're not going to win an Eastern Conference final, I don't think. I think they'll just be like, maybe, for the next few years, they'll be like a 4 or a 5 seed or a 2 or 3 seed in the East, and then they won't win anything.
Ben, I agree with a lot of what you're saying. I mean, the fact that the only thing that can really save the Nets is they got to take some control away from KD and Kyrie. Because if we're being honest, that's the whole reason they really chose Brooklyn. They knew they were going to have a lot of autonomy. You can have Kyrie Irving say, "Oh, we're going to coach ourselves. We don't need a coach."
And then look who you hire, right?
Steve Nash is clueless.
So you need structure. There's no structure there. And hiring Steve Nash and getting an actual coach is structure. But they probably, one of them is not going to go for it.
That's one thing I've actually wondered. Serious question is, what's the relationship with Kyrie and Steve Nash? Is it good? Is it is it rocky? Like, I don't know anything.
You never know with Kyrie Irving. That's the thing.
I think it's good. I mean, they've been friends for a while, right?
Have they?
I would think so.
They've been friends.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
It's
there was
funny.
a video that went viral of like Kyrie crossing up one of Steve Nash's kids. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, something like that.
It's funny because they say.
Isn't Kyrie his godson? We've been over this, right, Josh? Isn't he his godson?
Yeah, we were confused on that yesterday. I think
RJ Barrett's his godson, which is weird.
Yeah.
Kyrie I think is his godson also. I don't understand how that works.
Weird.
It's like
The Godfather.
So they're doing nepotism. They're doing nepotism hires in the NBA. Is what they're doing.
Well, that's not that uncommon. That's been happening for forever.
But if you're a serious contending team, I mean, there are a lot better coaches out there that will hold players accountable. You'll have an actual offensive system in place.
Like who? Tyronn Lue, who you have this praise for Tyronn Lue. I think it'd be worse with Tyronn Lue.
Championship winning
They would
Tyronn
not
Lue.
be worse with Tyronn
They
Lue.
would.
Come on.
Tyronn Lue doesn't have as much basketball knowledge as Steve Nash, and he would just
Let me throw in a mental pretzel really quickly.
and he would just let KD and Kyrie run everything.
No,
So hold on, Ben. 2016 Warriors. Steve Nash is the coach. Are they winning that championship?
It would the
No.
Cavs?
No, they are
The
not.
answer is no, and it's not an opinion. It's no. It's a fact.
It's a fact.
It's a
you,
fact.
You determine what's facts. You determine it. Ben,
I
guess.
have confirmation. Kyrie is the godson of Steve Nash.
Oh, okay.
Really?
Can I ask you? I'm sorry. You're the team that you're like really down bad on right now. That doesn't make sense. That you really hate right now, correct?
Yeah.
The one you alluded to earlier.
Yep.
Did they play last night?
They did.
Were they the second game of that stretch?
They were. Actually, no, they weren't. They weren't.
Okay, so
They
it was
weren't.
not Utah.
No, it was not.
You don't like
I got
That's the
something
team I
on
hate.
you.
That's
You
the
don't. Why
team
do you
I
hate Utah, Josh?
That's the team I hate. I hate.
I
a
do not
player on
hate the
Timberwolves.
Jazz. I don't hate the Jazz. I want them to do badly, though, because I want Donovan Mitchell
Well,
to be a Knick.
Yeah,
There
right.
was something that might actually make Donovan Mitchell leave. They leaked the new Jazz uniforms, and they look terrible.
I saw.
You saw?
I didn't see it.
You think he'd be as shallow as to care about the uniforms?
I mean,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, do we have uniforms?
I
With you
think
guys?
I think that's the cherry on top of the whole beef with Rudy Gobert.
Well,
he probably
no,
designed
the Rudy
it.
Gobert
he probably
beef.
designed it. Let's be honest.
The Rudy Gobert beef started 2 years ago with COVID.
It was
Rudy Gobert
COVID, yeah.
went all over the the mic. And I remember I didn't even at that time it was like right before COVID was starting. I was like, when Rudy Gobert did that, when he did that thing, like I was like, something good is not gonna come from this.
Hey,
It's
Ben,
like a
you want
bad
to see these
open.
jerseys?
Would you wear that?
Would you wear this?
That's-
It looks
They
like
look-
a highlighter.
Yeah,
They look like construction worker things that they wear at
yeah.
nighttime.
It looks
I'm gonna throw it on the Facebook.
Looks
Live
like
camera
that-
so people can throw.
I got
It
it.
looks
I
like
got
that
it. Here
Nike-
you go, Facebook.
looks like that Nike gear that like
I mean, that is
some
like-
person thinks looks cool, but it doesn't.
I mean,
This is like a second graders dress wearing Nike clothes.
I think that is something that would make a player leave a team. Like just how bad that is.
If that's the cherry on top, it just needs to
I'll buy
happen.
that jersey if that
because
gets him to New York. I'll buy that.
This team, the Utah Jazz, they're just full of mental midgetry. They're just
Why do you
small
say
in the
that,
head.
Josh? Why do you say that? What is that? I want to know what do you have against
hit
the
it.
Jazz?
Hit it now. Now. You go on.
The Utah Jazz?
Yeah, the Utah Jazz. What do you have against them?
They're just, you see, there's no connectivity. It's Donovan Mitchell beefing with Rudy Gobert. Donovan Mitchell's playing no defense, so Gobert's left out, hang out to dry in the paint. And when Gobert's pulled out of the paint, he can't guard perimeter players.
Yeah, but that's not his job. His job is to guard the paint.
It's
and
his
he
job
does
to
that
guard
excellent.
whoever's in front of him.
It's his job. If you're a 7'3" center, he's like 7'3", right?
No.
Or is- no, 7'1".
He's like
7'1", yeah.
Gobert?
Gobert.
7-1.
Do you expect Gobert? Do you expect any 7'1" player to be guarding a guard?
If you're good
From-
enough, yes.
That's you're insane.
Defensive
That's
player of the year
insane.
material, yes.
That's
But he didn't
insane.
deserve any of those awards.
Exactly.
That is crazy.
Exactly.
You're saying that a center who's over 7 foot, you expect him to go out to the perimeter and guard someone.
I'm not saying keep up with Steph Curry like every move he makes, but guard him well enough that you can at least stop him a little
I mean,
bit.
he moves like a freight train that's going through an intersection. He's not athletic. He's
Rudy Gobert isn't athletic.
he's
He's
compared
not.
To some of
He
the
can
other
have you
centers.
seen his vertical? How he blocks?
Look at him against Joel Embiid.
Well, he's no cat.
Him against Cat or
Well,
Embiid. yeah.
I like Cat and Embiid.
Cat
but,
can guard point guards
And he's offensively
better.
Good.
A lot
yeah,
better.
well, Rudy Gobert can get some points. In
Oh
the
yeah,
paint.
you know what? He's just effective from the field as Mitchell Robinson. Maybe even better.
Why are you insulting Mitchell Robinson? What do you get? You guys also have a hatred towards Mitchell Robinson.
I don't
That's the
hate
other-
Mitch. I just wish he was better.
Yeah.
Honestly,
No,
that's what it
I
is.
think Mitchell Robinson can be a top 10 center in the NBA in the next 5 years. No, that's not crazy. I was high on Mitchell Robinson since they first drafted him, since the Knicks first drafted him.
Well, hold that thought, Ben. Hold that thought. I want to remind everybody really quickly that you're listening to WHPC Sports Talk. We're on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I once again am Joshua, joined by Matt Leonard, Ben Oppenheimer, and Anthony Deus. So I want to touch on this Mavs-Jazz game a little further from a different standpoint. The Jalen Brunson-Donovan Mitchell kind of matchup is really intriguing me. But not
It's auditions, really.
yeah, it's an audition, exactly. We saw William Wesley and Julius Randle, oddly enough, pull up to the game one.
Oh,
and
so you two people you don't like.
I love Worldwide West.
They represent
well,
the Knicks,
Julius.
okay? Whether we like them or not, they represent our team.
I don't know
Yes.
why you're bringing him there to like scout. I don't know why you're bringing
Hey,
him
Julius,
instead of RJ.
that's the guy we're going to trade you for. Look.
You guys hate Julius.
But
you know.
the point is
Bring him to Utah so you can get acclimated with the area, maybe buy some property.
Hey, Utah is pretty nice.
Is it?
Yeah,
Is it
no,
really?
Utah is nice.
I can't
It's got
see
the-
myself like.
Living in Utah.
Yeah.
No.
Salt Lake
Yeah.
City.
I don't think it's
You're
quite
not a
my,
Mormon.
Ben,
You're not into Mormonism.
have you like looked at me lately? Yeah, I don't think that's my cup of tea.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think Josh would belong
Yeah.
in Utah.
I don't think I belong in Utah.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
or
you-
Boston either. We touched on that earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Oh.
but yeah,
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson versus Donovan Mitchell. They're both been kind of rumored about the Knicks. Will they go to the Knicks? Will the Knicks trade for Mitchell? Will they sign Brunson? I want to ask you, Ben, first. So if you had the choice of giving Brunson 4 years, $80 million, or without trading anything, without getting rid of any assets, or trading for Donovan Mitchell and getting off some of the assets we already have, what do you think the right move is?
In terms of from the New York Knicks standpoint,
From the front office
Yes.
standpoint, yeah.
well, we could use Donovan Mitchell, but at the same time, he also plays the same position that RJ plays. And RJ
RJ's more
we
like
would
a
have to
three
move
now.
up to small forward, which I'm not crazy about.
I mean, he's a small
And-
forward right now, kind of.
You can do a three-guard
he-
system.
yeah.
It could work,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, but do you really want to play small ball? Do you really want to play like
No, you actually get a good center. That's another solution. That's the
we
solution.
have?
That's-
Mitchell Robinson is a good
Stop.
center.
He's a good backup center. I'll give him that.
Ben is so stuck with nostalgia. It's crazy. The 2015 Mets.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Odell Beckham Jr.
Ben, can I tell you something?
Yeah, what is
Real
it?
quick. When me and Anthony were at Citi Field, we heard they were selling like old Mets T-shirts for like $10. We couldn't find them. We were looking everywhere to get you a Michael Conforto T-shirt. We really wanted to do it.
Yeah, because I lost mine. It kind of got just wear and tear with baseball T-shirts.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
We
do
wanted
have
to get you one so bad.
nostalgia is what drives, is what drives us. Like I feel like nostalgia is what drives sports.
Well, you can't look back.
Speaking of nostalgia, let's go back to the trade deadline here.
Why?
Yeah, they shouldn't have
Okay.
traded Julius.
Because I'm trying
They
to
didn't.
They
bring
shouldn't
it
have.
back somehow, but we're just going to see how this goes. So I feel like at this point the Mavericks are very, very likely to know how good Brunson is, and they'll probably re-sign him. Mm-hmm. I'm entertaining that idea more and more and more.
Is he restricted or unrestricted?
Unrestricted.
Unrestricted.
Okay, I like
so
that.
He can,
Like
he can
that.
get a whole bag, as the kiddos say.
Whole bag.
A whole bag,
The
but
bag.
He'll chase the bag.
Dave's like, how do you do, fellow kids?
I am Steve Buscemi. I'm trying to envision like a trade package for Donovan Mitchell. It's 2 first-round picks, probably
Quickly, yeah. Top.
Oh, come on. We can't. That's the other thing with Donovan Mitchell. I love Donovan Mitchell, but we can't trade. I don't want to trade quickly.
I would trade him. I wouldn't trade Obi.
I wouldn't. Hold on. I wouldn't trade quickly. I wouldn't. Let me list the people I wouldn't trade.
Okay.
Quickly,
The whole roster.
And let me follow this up when you're done. Let me follow this up when you're done.
quickly. Randall, Mitchell Robinson, Toppin, obviously RJ. How am I? Come on.
Okay.
It's just my brain. I'm
Hold it
Give me some more
right
players.
there. Hold it right there. So you're not
Would you trade Alec Burks?
So
Yeah, he can.
okay.
Alec Burks can go.
So with those out, the trade package that you would be proposing to the Utah Jazz that are competitive and they have some idea of what they're doing.
Is Alec Burks, Derrick Rose,
Derrick Rose. Let's see. Who else?
Taj Gibson,
Take
Tibbs, take a bag of chips from the
Please take
garden.
Tibbs.
So,
Please get him out of my
so
sight.
Mitchell Robinson in 2 first. So Mitch, Alec
You gotta do
Burks.
3 first if you're not giving those guys up.
You're not getting that done, Ben. That's not going to do it.
No.
And
So let's trade away our future again, Dave.
For a better future.
Yeah, that sounds dystopian. But
okay, but that's contradictory in itself. But go ahead.
yeah. Oh, come on! It sounds like something
Hey,
you'd
he's got-
hear.
yeah, he's
Come
right.
on.
He's
No,
right.
no. But listen,
For a better future.
I don't know what that was. That was weird. But we're going to move
No,
on.
I'm,
from that.
I'm trying to mimic like
No.
he's in some TV show. He's like the evil tyrant.
Keep going, Anthony.
Go on,
Because
Anthony, please.
if you don't trade quickly, soon you're going to have a log. Well, not really. But first of all, no deal gets done with Utah without trading quickly or Toppin, right? Let's say you trade Toppin, you're going to have a log jam at the guard position. You're going to be like the Yankees. You're not going to be able to do anything. You're not going to be able to get consistent lineups. And that's
Or
a
it's like the
problem.
Knicks this year with the power forward position.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So it's just
But
not
do you
gonna
really want to punish quickly by sending him to Utah?
He was just at the Mets game the other day. He was having a great time. I don't want to do that to him.
Quickly? Yeah,
Donovan
quickly
Mitchell's a Mets fan.
Was he at the Mets game?
Quickly was at the Mets game, yeah.
Donovan Mitchell's a Met fan. Oh, there you go.
Hey,
There you go.
Fine with me. We do have a caller on WHPC Sports Talk. Caller, who are you and what's up?
What's up, guys?
Mike?
I think Donovan Mitchell and Emmanuel Quickly, they're Met fans because the Mets actually like their fans. I heard you guys talking a little bit before how the Yankees got their game tonight, the first of many on Amazon Prime Video.
Evil stuff.
They know how to screw their fans real well.
Well, I'm sure you have no problem with it, Mike. Because, like I said,
Why is that?
Well, you support. Well, we discussed this, Mike. You support the death of cable television.
I don't know where you got that from. I happen to love cable television.
He doesn't know where he gets half the stuff. He just says it. You know how they say? You know how they say, like, there's the expression, shoot first, think later? Well, he shoots first, and then just doesn't.
Oh, he does shoot first. He thought on this random Wednesday show that I was, applauding Peacock for doing these Sunday morning games.
You were, Mike. You were. You were all over it.
I think it's cool to have a game on Sunday morning when you first wake up like the NFL does, but I don't necessarily believe that it's good that it's on a streaming service.
If you're listening now, everyone in the studio, everyone listen to this show. He just admitted that he thinks it's cool.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
He just did. He said it's cool that it's on Peacock.
There's a great.
I guess it's cool, Mike.
Ben, there's a great course you could take here called Argumentation and Debate. It's a good class, and in there they talk about fallacies and arguments. And you have just done. I'm using layman's terms, but a either or fallacy.
An either or. Oh, so you're the fallacy expert.
Because you.
Ben,
let
listen
me.
to Mike.
We'll have to have all three
Mike
of
or
us.
Deus. Which
Mike,
one?
listen to Mike.
Listen to what he says.
I said the Sunday morning games are cool.
Yeah, you
but
did.
I don't
You did.
There's a second part to it,
believe
Ben.
that it's a good thing that it's on a streaming service.
That's terrible. I don't agree with that, Mike. It's not. It's not a good thing.
Streaming? What are you talking about?
No. You said it's a good thing that's on a streaming
That's not
service.
what he said. That's not what he said.
Oh my God, Ben! If you can't listen to other people and comprehend it, you shouldn't do radio.
It's a career insult. Well, I'll have you know.
Really?
Well, at least I wasn't. You were like.
No, you're at a loss for words.
You're in the career dumpster, Mike, and then
hold on.
then the radio gods took you out of the garbage dump.
Hold on. Let me talk to Mini Mike for a second.
That's three. Okay.
Let me talk to Mini Mike here for a second. My team is already.
Low ratings they use.
What's going on, Lion Merlot? This again. He doesn't know when it's muted. He still talks.
You're on. I gave you 3 strikes. You're on strike 6. You're on strike 6.
You got 2 outs.
Hey, Ben, does Josh have a nickname?
He does.
The honorable.
The honorable Josh.
Even though he's his worst critic, he's honorable.
Josh is not. That's not.
Ben, the microphone is off. How do you not know it's off? The microphone is off. You can't hear yourself through the headphones.
Real grouch.
He's still doing it.
Oh, this show is completely off the rails.
Sorry, Josh.
No, it's not. It's not.
Like Oscar the Grouch.
But I did have something to say to Mike.
Go ahead.
This is the least surprising move from the New York Yankees organization, where they care more about the clientele at NYY Steaks and the Hard Rock Cafe inside Yankee Stadium than the actual blue-collar fans that are there. So this is not surprising. Now, maybe you know this. Is this the regular, broadcast team just on Amazon Prime? Is that what it is?
Disgusting.
I believe so, but I can't confirm it.
Okay.
I'll look it
so
up.
It's really bad, because from my own experience, sure, this might be a selfish view, where I would have to watch, on a smart TV. My smart TV, in my living room doesn't work. So you're going to have so many other issues with so many other people that, their Wi-Fi is not working or the streaming's down. You pay so much for cable television, and now it's not going to work.
Well, Mike, I'm so glad you flip-flopped and you agreed with me, because
oh my God,
you can pray to God all you want, Mike, but this is, I've been saying this for a long time, especially on this show, is the death of cable television concerning sports. SNY is next. SNY is next. And while Gen Z cheers on, oh, streaming on sports on streaming, so cool. That's so cool and innovative. It's like, it's not cool when they're going to take Gary, Keith, and Ron off of SNY. And
Ben, do you believe, honestly, that this right here, this Apple TV and Peacock TV and Prime Television, you really think this is the downfall of it? Not the fact that you can pay $100 a month for YouTube TV and completely get rid of cable?
Did I stutter, Mike?
That's the downfall?
Did I stutter?
The downfall. In general, I think we're having a complete another different argument about the death of cable TV when it, separate of sports.
Yeah, but I'm talking, well, it is true, it's dying, but I'm talking about sports in this example. And YouTube TV, it has the issues because it blacks out.
All logic.
Excuse me, low energy. I'm going to be with the high energy today.
With a man who thinks all things are conspiracies.
Why do you think that's happening?
Some say he's a genius.
So smart, me.
Some say he's speaking on his ass. We say the latter.
He couldn't take the king.
You didn't answer the question.
Anybody else?
He didn't answer my question.
You have now entered the Oppenheimer zone.
Yes,
before I was interrupted by that promo.
It's your promo.
Is it a promo or is it just like your introduction?
It's your intro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
your
one more
intro.
thing, the guitar playing in the open air right now, that's your brain. That's what goes on in your brain. And it's like the intro of
keep the music. No. I actually like the music.
I like the music too.
No, you don't. You don't like the music.
No, I like the Twilight Zone.
You really don't.
Hey, shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Oh, you said I was.
Shut up. What I'm trying to say is, it's like the intro to the Twilight Zone with you. It's just a space, and you hear the guitars like background music, and then it's like the intro. Your brain is like the intro, and a door just flies open. Stupid thought, stupid thought, stupid thought, stupid thought.
Mike, are you still with us?
Well, you insult Mike. If you listen, your pal, your accomplice Deus, he insulted me by saying I was not on this show, but he said earlier that I was the terrible '80s version of the Twilight Zone. And so then I responded and I said, "You're like the
shut up.
You're like
shut
the
up,
terrible remake of the Dick Van Dyke Show. The terrible remake
what's really
of it."
funny, Ben? Yesterday, while we were doing the morning show, Anthony told me you were kind of coming around on him a little bit.
I was, and then we had a setback.
Then what happened?
40 minutes ago, we've had a setback.
We've had yeah, because we had mutual agreement on Conan O'Brien.
We did,
and we did, and that's why.
And then you proceeded to be very stupid. Listen,
yeah. How am I? I'm not stupid. I'm spreading the. My point is, Mike, since you're still being patient with me, thank you for being patient, Mike. I'll give you credit for that.
Let him talk.
I'm collecting my thoughts. Thank you.
You've had it like 40 minutes to collect your thoughts. You haven't done it yet.
Well, at least I have thoughts.
I mean, this rivals the morning show with just
Hold on. Mike, aren't you happy Ben's coming to Mondays in the summer?
Excuse me?
You didn't know this?
No, you have to be joking about this, correct?
It's on the schedule.
Yeah.
It's the only people signed up for a show right now.
It's going to be incredible, Mike.
Right. Well, I'm going to have to talk to some people then.
Yeah. Call HR, Mike. Call HR.
I am HR.
I am
HR.
I don't know if this is going to work.
But my point is, until I was interrupted like 5
Stop
times.
saying you're interrupted and just do it.
Ben, it's really easy to interrupt you when every single thought takes about 20 minutes.
Mike,
if we're going to be on Mondays together,
Mike, hold on, Mike. Mike, I know you like to do this where you scream at me when you don't like what I say, but
I don't know what you're saying. How do I not like it?
Because you don't come from an open mindset.
I'm gonna scream.
I'm saying it's the death of sports cable television, Mike, and you're asleep at the wheel.
Mike,
you're asleep, yes, because I've been interrupted 5 times on this topic.
I got get the show
I've been
back
interrupted on this 5 times, and then Mike screams at me when I'm trying.
Stop! I'm begging you.
Talk?
I'm begging you, Mike. I got to get the show back on track. So, you got any final thoughts for us?
All good. Enjoy the rest of the show. I'm sorry for disrupting.
You did. You really did, Mike. It was you. You started screaming, Mike. Mr. Screamer.
He's gone, Ben. He's gone.
Coffee on a Friday afternoon sports show with Ben. bad idea. I'm off the wall right now.
Well, it raises the cholesterol. I know that.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ben Oppenheimer.
Ben Oppenheimer. He is part of this little show we call WHPC Sports Talk, which you're listening to right now.
There you go.
Hey, nice.
We're on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. Joshua with you. I already mentioned Ben, Anthony Deus, Matt Leonard.
What the hell are we even going to talk
I don't
about?
even
now?
know.
You said you
I don't
hated
know what to
it.
transition.
Can we,
Who do you hate? Tell us that.
Yeah, because I'm interested. Who do you hate?
Yeah, why do you hate the Jazz? Why do you hate the Jazz?
This was with somebody on the Timberwolves, and may I float a thought out there?
Sure.
Like who this might be.
Okay.
Did he used to be on the Brooklyn Nets?
No, actually.
Oh, not D'Lo.
It's not D'Lo, even though I have a problem with him, too.
But why do you have a problem with D'Lo?
Well, I'll get
It's
to
like
it.
a logjam, a little bit, right? Yeah. Did
Who
he
do
used
you
to play
hate?
for the Clippers?
No.
Was he drafted by the Timberwolves?
Yes, he was.
Karl Anthony Towns.
Karl Anthony Towns is... let me not get in trouble by saying what I want to say, but he's a star, right? Great numbers.
He's soft.
Yeah, he is.
Soft, yeah.
He's soft.
Put it kindly, yes, he's soft.
How is he soft?
He's that where
How is he
he's
soft?
at.
That's it.
Let me recap it for you.
He's
All right,
that
give me
word.
the stats where it says he's soft, because I'm about the stats. I'm about the
word
facts.
that you could also use to describe him as his nickname.
He's that word Charles Barkley used, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Just give me the stats. What are the stats that show he's soft?
How about last night's? That's a good example, right? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Josh, I feel like I'm going to strangle him in a minute.
No, please go ahead. Take the lead, please.
He's like the hash-slinging slasher.
I actually have his stats from last night. So he had 5 fouls. Let's start there. He got himself in instant foul trouble in a pivotal Game 3, a swing game in the series. 8 points, 5 rebounds in I don't know how many minutes because he wasn't on the floor that often because he was in foul trouble. If you're the star of your team, and this isn't the first time he's pulled this week, in the play-in game he did the same stuff. He did the exact same thing. Early foul trouble was non-existent, fouled out of the game with like 8 minutes left. Like, if you're the star on your team, you have to be present for your team in a big game like that. You're up, and none of it get me started on the Timberwolves, blowing not one but 2 20-point leads.
Yeah,
at home.
You know, I was out last night watching that game, and it was like halftime, right?
Right.
The spread was at the live spread was at -1.5 for the Timberwolves at one point at halftime when they were up like that. So that tells you what the books think of the Timberwolves.
The books seem to agree with what Charles Barkley was saying yesterday. I mean, he was calling them the dumbest team he's ever seen.
And I don't mean to like. This is not a shot at the Mets. It's just kind of an example. Remember when they were celebrating the World Series
before they even won anything? Yeah.
That's what the Timberwolves did in the play-in game.
Yeah.
So a small accomplishment from a historically horrible franchise that's probably going to get moved to Seattle, which is not a bad move.
Not terrible.
It's a good idea. Yeah. Just absolute clownery. Is that a word?
Yeah. Sure, that's a perfect word.
Tomfoolery.
Describe them.
Tomfoolery, nonsense.
Horseplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying old-fashioned words that mean stupidity.
It's a lot.
Can I say something about? There's a difference between. There's a difference between being soft and making bad decisions. And soft. If you say he's soft, how is initiating contact with fouls? How is that soft? How is that soft? If you're getting a foul, you're not afraid. You're not soft in any way. You just fouled. If you fouled out, you initiated contact.
And he gets too amped up for these games, and his mental's just all over the place.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about being amped up.
He's just going 100 miles an hour and fouling people.
But that doesn't mean he's soft. Where does that come from? It's crazy accusation. It's like a flat Earth.
That's his entire tag around the league. If NBA players were anonymous and they got on, like, I don't know, Ask FM or something, or Curious Cat or whoever it was, and they poll him, what do you think of Karl Anthony Towns? I guarantee you at least 85% of them are going to say he's soft.
You think so?
You. Yeah.
Yep.
And why do you, first of all, why do we have to go on the assumptions of, sorry, I forgot what I was going to, we have to go on the assumptions of the NBA players who may have a personal bias towards this guy.
They play against him every night.
Right, and they have a personal bias.
Why would
this?
Hold on, how many? So it's a 15-man roster going into play.
Yes.
Correct? There are 15 other people you could have a problem with.
Right. That's correct. So it's a personal bias.
Where's your point? Where's the point?
It's a personal bias against some players are disliked because, they don't follow the crowd or the rules.
Not in the NBA. Baseball, yeah.
No, in the NBA, definitely. Mm-hmm. They don't like. There's a rumor going around that a bunch of people did not like, LeBron hated Steph Curry. A bunch of people hated Chris Paul hated Steph Curry. Does that mean Steph Curry is soft?
Because he was great.
No.
Right.
See, this is a problem because that's not what Josh said. That wasn't the argument.
It is
that
what
Josh
he
was
said. He
bringing
was
up.
soft.
Because it's a mental
was
thing.
soft.
Remember that fight Cat and Embiid had? Embiid is notorious, for getting into people's heads, right?
Yeah, he's a vocal.
Right. Yeah. And you're up there. You're a top 5 center in the league, right? Against a team you're not even in the same conference. You play twice a year, and it's a problem with a team that you're not going to face unless you've. I mean, this was a couple years ago. Still, he's he's easily bothered.
You can rattle him easily.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the soft part.
He's from Piscataway, not Newark.
We're not talking about the contact. We're talking about his mental aspect of the game.
Well,
It's very
you
soft.
don't even have to give the certain neighborhood from Jersey. He's from Jersey. That's all you had to say.
Wait, who's from Jersey?
Cat.
Cat is from Jersey?
Yes.
So that's another thing. Why do you guys? So that's another player you guys have.
I don't have
it
I
out
mean,
for.
I think
Cat,
I
Julius.
don't hate Cat at all. I just think he's a soft player.
Cat, Julius, Mitchell Robinson, Conforto.
Conforto's just terrible.
Juan Lagares.
Okay.
Who else? Sorry, I'm
Quickly.
on the Quickly. Quickly.
No, I said quickly, Ben.
Oh, quick. Yeah. No. Who else? Who's the guy from? I'm forgetting his name. From the Ravens. From
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar
You don't
Jackson.
hate Lamar Jackson.
No one here hates Lamar Jackson. We just think Mahomes is better than him because he is.
Well, we have a difference of opinion.
Yes, we do.
On that.
You know who gets easily rattled?
Who?
Garrett Cole.
Yeah, he does.
All right, let's do this.
does.
About it.
All right,
Please.
so I got to break down this series. This is a interesting Cleveland team, to say the least, right?
They're better than a lot of people
Expected.
think.
Jose
No.
Ramirez on fire.
He is. Lucky they signed him because he'd be walking.
Yeah.
He was smart. He would have walked. But would have walked in this offseason. Either way, Garrett Cole, you're going to be facing a mid-level team that you should be smacking around. I mean, you look at the wild card game, 2018, I believe, or I forget which is the one where TD hit the 2 home runs against, where they came back. Well, it was the division series. It was the ALDS.
18, right?
Yeah, you historically dominate AL Central teams, right? Mm-hmm. Garrett Cole, this is your last shot with me.
Wow.
Until the All-Star break.
You're saying this start against the Guardians?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm putting my foot down. I'm done. I'm done with him. Garrett Cole. I'm done with him.
Garrett, you're done with Garrett Cole.
I'm done with Garrett Cole.
Almost.
Almost done. I'm done with Gleyber Torres.
You have very low patience.
I've had
Life is about
He's a New York sports fan, of course.
Ben, we've had 3 years of this guy who hasn't pitched the way he pitched in Houston, can't handle New York. When he has a bad start, he starts doing the dumbest things and saying the most bizarre things.
They're sharpening their antlers or whatever.
Sharpening their antlers. It's like, when you the
ancient warriors are playing chess.
Well, maybe he's a Texas guy. He doesn't, he's not.
No, he's from California.
Oh,
well, that explains a lot.
Well, he's a West Coast guy. He's the West Coast people are kind of in their own world.
New York, and that's a problem.
Right. So maybe he could be good on the Mariners, or more. He
was good in Houston. He was great in Houston.
Or a team on the West Coast.
Here's another problem. Your number, and I keep saying this every show, but I got to say it every show. Your number 5 starter, Nestor Cortez, is pitching like how Garrett Cole should be pitching, and he's not even making half the money that Cole is.
He's making like less than a quarter of the money.
Yeah. So that's an issue because right now Garrett Cole, if he wasn't getting paid the money he did, didn't have this hype around him. I mean, he was just doing what he did without any of the focus on him because he was good. He was a marquee free agent. He'd be coming out of the bullpen right now if he wasn't. The way he's playing right now, he'd be pushed back into the bullpen if he was not as famous.
We're still talking about Cole
making that money. Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
He hasn't pitched well.
The way he's pitching this year, and let me make this clear. I'll say it one last time. The way he's pitching this year, if he wasn't good in Houston and didn't have all this notoriety coming out of Pittsburgh, and he wasn't making that money, he'd be coming out of the bullpen. He would be relegated to the bullpen.
It's funny. He kind of reminds me of Matt Harvey in 2016.
That's not a bad take.
Not too far off base, no.
That's not a bad take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Good job, Ben.
Yeah.
Good job, Ben. Let's go.
Oh, now you're giving me the
Let's go,
fist
Ben.
bump. Yeah.
This bump.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go,
There you
Ben.
go.
Let's go, Ben. Progress.
But guess
51,
what
we got
helped?
something.
Guess what helped me remember Matt Harvey's 2016 season? Nostalgia for 2016, even though he wasn't good that
What
year.
about nostalgia for this year? Even though it's the beginning of the year.
I got. You get emotionally attached to teams. I haven't gotten emotionally attached to this Mets team yet.
Yeah, but you have to move on. I've moved on from the 2014 Rangers. Okay, they lost
From the
badly.
17
And
Yankees.
when did you move on?
5 years ago.
So like 2017?
Yeah,
You moved on?
because they rebuilt, just like the Mets rebuilt, and they're doing a lot
The
better.
Mets
now.
are great now.
Mets are great.
They're better than they were in 2015 now.
No, I don't.
This
I'm not
team is a
willing-
lot better.
I don't
Maybe,
agree with that. I don't agree with that. 2015 Mets, the way they started that year, and then they had little, they didn't do so good in the middle of the season, and then they had an amazing run from August to the end of the season.
Right, but this team is so much better, and it's going to be around for a lot longer than that 2015 team.
That it kind of leads me to the final baseball question I wanted to ask. So the Mets are 10-4, best record in the league. Everything's been going great. Buck Showalter standing up for his players.
They've won every series.
Won every single series. All you want as a baseball fan. So, but there are some people that are going to be like, oh, the Mets fans are getting hyped up again. It's too early in the season.
It's
They were leading
different
in the
this year.
division.
We say that every year,
It's
but
so,
this is
it
different.
is so different this
It's
year.
different.
It's
I
so
don't
evident.
agree. I don't agree with
You
that.
think it's the same and they'll just fall off?
And you guys were all doom and gloom before the season started, especially
Because
with
DeGrom got
especially
hurt.
with Merlo. Why are you making that expression? It was true. You guys are all doom and gloom.
Okay.
And saying that
Now hold on a
the
second.
Mets are going to be terrible.
No,
You can't interrupt me.
No, I can interrupt
We
you.
can't be.
I know
Do you know what
they're-
their
let him interrupt.
Do you
We
know
can-
what? Do you know what their point was, Ben? Were you listening? Were you
I
listening?
listen. I'm one of the best listeners. I'll tell you that. If there was a
That's
gold
a
medal
lie.
for listening,
You know what their point was?
What was the point?
They're better this year. They're on track, right? Right,
Better
guys?
than last year.
Better
at
than
least.
last year.
But
They're
they're
on
not
track.
better than 2015.
They still are, but that's another conversation.
They're not. They're just not.
They are, but we'll leave it
Look
there.
at they aren't.
We'll leave
Look
it
at the
there.
stats.
We gotta move
Look
on.
at the
We
stats.
gotta
I'm a
move on.
stats guy. I'm a stats first.
Ben, we gotta move on.
It there. Yes,
Leave
we
it
will.
there.
Yes,
We have something else to get to before the end of the show.
We do.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Guys, it kind of caught up on us, but do you guys realize that the NFL draft is 6 days
Thursday.
from now? That is wild.
No.
Like we've been so fixed on the NBA playoffs and the start of the baseball season.
Yeah.
A very pivotal draft is coming up. Probably the biggest draft considering where the Jets and Giants are in draft position.
Oh, yeah.
And they got to
Maybe
do what
ever.
I said.
No, they don't.
No,
They do.
No, we're not talking about that.
Ben,
Josh,
no,
what do you
no.
want to talk about?
So Deebo Samuel, speaking of the Jets, he wants out of San Fran. And an interesting list of teams that you pointed out, Matt.
They're very interesting, and it gets my blood pressure up just thinking about
The
it.
Jets, the Lions, and your Packers, your Green Bay Packers. How you feeling about that?
I don't think they're gonna get him. I think he won't go to the Lions. My prediction is he'll be in that dark green one way or another, either the Jets or Packers.
Okay, that's.
I think the Jets are the perfect landing spot for
I
him,
agree.
especially because Mike LaFleur. But I think the Jets have more draft capital and more assets to give up to get Deebo Samuel the 49ers would want back.
Mm-hmm.
The Packers also don't have all this money to pay Deebo Samuel $30 million a year. If you can't pay Devontae $36, where are you getting $30 for Deebo?
It would look pretty weird and pretty sad that you didn't want to
I'd
pay
be
Devontae.
so angry if they
you were
paid
angry at
Deebo
fans.
Samuel over $30 million a year. I'd be furious.
Exactly.
I'd
so-
much rather Devontae Adams 36.
Yeah, I mean, it's
And
gonna,
the trade for him to get a first and second round pick. I'm still not over that, but
the lead up to the draft, and we have Deebo Samuel maybe wanting out. This drama with Kyler Murray is getting a little crazy.
Please, this is the stupidest drama in the NFL.
It is. We don't have enough time to get to it now. sadly.
I don't get why he wants a trade. Maybe something sour in relationship with him and a general manager, something like what happened with Rodgers, but it's dumb. Why would you want to leave?
Fire Cliff Kingsbury. You'll be fine.
Yeah,
pretty much.
That's the logical move. Don't trade Kyler Murray.
Yeah, we'll see how it shakes out.
Where would he go?
We got a few minutes left in today's show, and because I love the next show so much, and I don't want to cut into the time, let's get some quick thoughts in, and I'll go around the room. Anthony.
All right. Rangers good, Islanders bad. That's the first quick one.
All right.
Well, say it to their face.
Hold on. We'll get to you, man.
Yeah, because I have there's a hockey team in the room. I could say it in their face, or I have access to.
You can
I want the Giants for what to do because I think the edge rushers are going to be gone. Rather,
You think Thibodeau will be gone by 5?
I think so.
Okay.
Evan Neal, Sauce Gardner. That's what I want.
Perfect. That's perfect if it happens.
Go ahead, Ben. Quickly.
Matt.
No, wait. Hold on. Hold on.
Let Ben go quick.
Yes.
All I was saying earlier was the death of cable sports. That's all I was saying. And, they came out with the pitchforks. And then the other thing I was saying is I would love Donovan Mitchell, but they can't do that if they want to trade their whole farm for Donovan Mitchell and trade all their players. And we can't let that happen. That's and the Mets are not as good as 2015.
Okay,
and they are.
Okay. My final thought would also be on the NFL draft. I want the Packers with the Raiders pick at 22 to take Dotson out of Penn State, the receiver. He's so good. I've been watching highlights of this guy. He's projected to go to the Packers. He's so good. I would love that. Trade for another receiver. Just sign Sammy Watkins. I'm fine with this team if that happens.
Interesting. We'll see what happens in the NFL draft next week. Speaking of the week, we will call it a week on WHPC Sports Talk. Here on the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC. From Joshua Umahi, Anthony Deus, Ben Oppenheimer, and Matt Leonard. I'm back here on Monday. Please have a great weekend.